some things about myself and something that I just don't understand. There are things that I make decisions on, I just don't follow through on them. And all of a sudden, I'm doing something that I completely despise. Well, those aren't my words. Those are Paul's words written to the Romans in the Bible. But they could be my words, because Paul, in another way of saying is, the things I want to do, I don't do. And the things I don't want to do, I end up doing them anyway. And that's my story. And sometimes there are things that just creep in there. Something like worry. Sometimes that worry and anxiety, it just seems to overwhelm me. And all of a sudden I'm just running down the road with it and I'm just caught up into it. I'm encouraged by something else that Paul writes about when it comes to that thing called worry. Paul says in his letter to the Philippians, be anxious about nothing, but turn it over to prayer. Well, that's a lofty goal for me, because worry, it seemingly is still there. But what I'm encouraged by is the fact that here Paul is saying in Philippians, be anxious about nothing, but turn it over to God in prayer. But also, he's also saying in Romans, the things I want to do, I don't do. So there's that tension that Paul has there, that he's turning it over to God, but in a way there's a human side of him that he struggles with things. And I think he's reminding us, perhaps in some small way, look, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't load yourself down with guilt, but turn it over to God and work from there. Jesus has some things to say about worry as well. Jesus says, oh, look at the birds in the trees. Look at the birds. They're not worried about the stock market this morning. They're not out there, they're punching the clock. They are cared for by the Father. But he also says, consider the lilies. Look at the lilies. Look at these beautiful flowers and that are natural. Some of you may be worrying today about all those things you got planted in your garden, whether they're going to grow or not and all of those things. And yet these beautiful flowers, they show up year after year after year. They don't toil or spin, as Jesus says. But they're planted here by the Father. Jesus said Solomon in all of his glory wasn't clothed like these. We worry about things like clothes and other things, but yet Jesus is caring for the flowers. He's caring for the birds, and he's really saying, look, let's seek the things of God, and then everything else will look after itself. And besides, Jesus says, what are you going to worry about tomorrow for? There's really enough stuff about today to look after anyway. I know that I'm going to say these words this morning, and I'm probably going to go away from here and worry about things. But I'm just reminded today that Jesus and that Paul is saying, look, turn it over to prayer. Start there. When it comes to worrying, pray about it. But there's a little tangible thing that Jesus is giving us today. He's sort of saying, look out your window, or if you go for your walk today, just look on the side of the road, or look on your back step. There may be a little bird there, or you may see these wild flowers. May that just be a reminder to you and to me that if God cares about those little birds, if God cares about those flowers, how much more is he going to care about you and me? I was sharing some of these things with my mom this week, and my mom's she's in her 85th year and she's still singing, and I have her sister, my Aunt Dulcie, she's in her 91st year, and she's still singing as well, because, well, they got something to sing about. They love Jesus. And when I talk about these things, Mom always got a song to sing. And right away, when I talked about the flowers of the field, she said, we have a heavenly Father above with eyes full of mercy and a heart full of love. He really cares when your head is bowed low. Consider the lilies, and then you will know. It's a Joel Hemphill song that just reminds us that when our head is bowed low with worry, that we have a Heavenly Father who desperately cares for us. My mom and my sister Leanne. They're going to share that song with us this morning. And may you have a great week.
Consider